Coptic Orthodox Saints. Introduction. The Egyptian Christians, also known as the Copts, have produced over 1 million saints, many of whom are recognized simultaneously in the Oriental Orthodox churches, the Eastern Orthodox churches. It has been said, if the martyrs of the whole world were put on one arm of the balance and the martyrs of Egypt on the other, the balance will tilt in favor of the Egyptians. Saint Mary. Our Lord Jesus Christ was born from the Virgin Mary through the divine plan of God, and his foreknowledgeable Caesar Augustus issued a decree for a general census in all the Roman Empire. For that reason Joseph rose, and the Virgin with him, and went to the city of Nazareth to Bethlehem, to be counted in the census there, because he was from the tribe of Judah. From the house of David, Bethlehem was the city of David. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the Virgin gave birth to her firstborn child.
Saint Mark. Mark the Evangelist is the traditional author of the Gospel of Mark. One of the 70 disciples, Mark founded the Church of Alexandria, one of the original 3 main episcopal sees of Christianity. Saint Athanasius. Also known as Athanasius the Great, he was the 20th Pope of Alexandria, and he is the founder of the Orthodox Greek. His episcopate lasted 45 years. Conflict with Arius and Arianism, as well as successive Roman emperors, shaped Athanasius' career. In 325, at the age of 27, Athanasius began his leading role against Arian as his bishop's assistant during the First Council of Nicaea. Roman Emperor Constantine the Great had convened in the council in May to August of 325 to address the Arian position of that the Son of God, Jesus of Nazareth, is of a distinct substance from the Father. Saint Matthew. Matthew the Apostle was, according to the Bible, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus, and according to the Christian tradition, one of the 4 evangelists. As a former publican from Capernaum, who was called into the ministry of the 12 by Jesus, according to the New Testament, he was one of the witnesses of the resurrection and the ascension of Jesus.
Saint Damiana. Saint Damiana in the 40 versions is an Egyptian martyr of the early 4th century. Saint Damiana is the founder of monasticism for Coptic Orthodox nuns, and the princess highest ranking of female martyrs of the Coptic Orthodox Church. Saint Damiana and her 40 virgin nuns are depicted in Coptic icons as not wearing the black monastic habit as we see Coptic Orthodox nuns wear nowadays, because at her time the black monastic habit had not yet taken form. Saint Rebecca. Saint Rebecca, a mother and her 5 children, Agathon, Peter, John, Ammon, and the little girl Amana, were from Upper Egypt. Saint Rebecca made known to her children what she heard about the persecution. She tried to strengthen their faith and encourage them to bear any torture patiently, for the sake of the Lord. Rebecca gave examples of the many saints who suffered martyrdom bravely without hesitation, because of their love for Jesus Christ. The Blessed Family then rose to pray. While they were praying, the Lord appeared to them in his divine grace, surrounded by angels. He comforted them and promised them the crowns of martyrdom. When they heard the Lord, they were very courageous and glad, counting themselves unworthy of the honor of martyrdom. Saint Peter. Saint Peter, known as Simon Peter, according to the New Testament, was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, leaders of the early Christian church, venerated as a saint. He is also the first bishop. Saint Mina. Saint Mina the martyr and the wonder worker is one of the most well-known Egyptian saints in the East and the West, due to the many miracles that are attributed to his intercession and prayers. Mina was an Egyptian soldier in the Roman army, martyred because he refused to recant his Christian faith. His feast day is celebrated every year on 15 Hathor, November 24th, in the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria, and November 11th in the East and the West. Saint Abenob. Saint Abenob is a 4th century Egyptian saint and martyr. His name means gold. He was born in Nehisa in the Nile Delta to Christian parents. Abenob was 12 when he was killed after being tortured for refusing to leave Christianity. His feast day is July 31st. His relics are preserved in Saint Virgin Mary and Saint Abenob churches in Samoa in Egypt.
Saint Anthony. Saint Anthony the Great is a Christian saint from Egypt, a prominent leader among the Desert Fathers. He is celebrated in many churches on his feast day, 30 January, in the Old Calendar Eastern Orthodox Church and the Coptic Orthodox Church, 17th of January, in the New Calendar of Eastern Orthodox Churches, the Bulgarian Orthodox Church, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Coptic Catholic Church. Saint Philopatir. Saint Philopatir Markarios, known as the Saint with Two Swords, Abu Sifin, was born in the city of Rome of Christian parents. They called him Philopatir, which means lover of the Father. They reared him in a Christian manner. When he grew, he enlisted in the army during the days of Emperor Decius the Pagan. The Lord gave Philopatir the strength and the courage for which he earned satisfaction of his superiors.
Saint George. Saint George was born in Cappadocia. His father's name was Anastasius and his mother's name was Theobaste. When he was 20 years old, his father died and he went to Emperor Diocletian to take over his father's position. He found that the emperor had apostatized the faith and ordered the worship of idols. Saint Abdel-Masih al-Makari. Father Abdel-Masih al-Makari was born in 1892 in the village of Abu Shahita, Matai district in Menia, Egypt. His father Hinin and his mother Esther were both Christians. As a young adult, al-Makari left his hometown for the monastery of Saint Abu Samuel the Confessor in El Kamoun mountain. He did this several times, whereupon his father would come up to the monastery to take him back home.